from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Confidence on the field begins with confidence in your fit. And nobody fits the polar bear like Gary Michaels. From off the rack to custom made to measure, the Gary Michaels team can tackle any hard-to-fit man and make him feel like a champion. For style, affordability, and the finest clothes from here to Italy, it's gotta be Gary Michaels. Take it from the polar bear. Get your best look today at Gary Michaels.
Gary Michaels Clothier's 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but also lots of wind. We'll see an afternoon high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze, a little near 28. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, and an afternoon high near 44. Our meteorologist Kyle Becker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Mulberry Barbecue is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Welcome to The Drive with A.D. Raff and Ahman Gray. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0. and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, ladies and gents, welcome to Wednesday. Beautiful Wednesday morning. It's a chilly Wednesday down here in the capital city, but it is a good one. And you know what? I'm going to start things off by saying I'm going to beat Nick up. I was trying to hold my peace this morning. I'd made a social media post of, just some nice gestures.
You sound so bad.
No, it was kind of bad, Nick.
It was. Okay.
It was kind of bad.
It was uncalled for. That's what it was.
AG, I was in the gym, did some weightlifting first, then did some kickboxing, and
easy.
Posted it. Just something about more, because there's been so much conflict and vitriol and angst amongst people towards each other. I was like, show more compassion, more kindness. I get a text in a group that, and Nick's just taking shots at me, man. And I'm like, Nick, see, that's what I'm talking about. He is why I put the post up, because there's people like Nick out there sometimes.
There's people like me.
You should be used to this by now, AD. You went to Nebraska. You played football at Nebraska. You dealt with our locker room at Nebraska.
Yes.
I thought he had, honestly, AG, I thought he had tougher skin. But
I know you need I don't know.
Maybe I was wrong for saying it.
He was probably in the wrong locker room. It was 2 locker rooms when I got to campus. So
well, I'll tell you what, AG, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that in mind, Nick. You talking about tough skin? Because I'm gonna find out how tough your skin is here in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. You see, and you know how you should know how to dish it out, AD, because you watched or you dealt with guys at your position or in the locker room that would come in just having a bad day, and they'll put their bad day on you.
Is this what it feels like to have AG's back, or to have AG have my back? I guess that's what this feels like.
Sort of. I'm like anti-hero right now. I'm like Venom. I'm like in the middle.
He's looking out for the young guy a little bit. He's reminded the old dogs, like, look, man, you got this.
So you got some bark, AD. Yeah. Let's go. And Nick better watch your back now.
Yeah, he gonna keep poking the bear.
If
See, I ain't Raff.
Dish it out. You should be able to take it.
Hey, Raff's hunting. How still do we think Raff has to sit so he doesn't make any noise? Because that man, he takes a couple steps and that whole cornfield's probably shaking a little bit.
Raff he's got to put his phone down long enough to shoot though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey,
he'll be in. He'll put the phone down.
AG, Raff sent me a picture of like his coveralls and his boots.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey man, those are some big boots. I mean, they look like,
he's a big dog. He's a big guy, fella. Man. He's a big fella.
I was at I was lifting this morning. I looked outside the windows, and once again, I see the sunset or sunrise. Gosh dang it. I see the sunrise and I go, man, Chris Raff. I think of his smile every time. Every time I see that blend of orange and blue and the dark, it's just Raff.
There you go.
Yeah, he Raff and that phone are like it's like his wrist.
Yep.
I mean, it's just attached to it.
100%
attached to it.
Yeah.
AG, do you ever go hunting, man?
Yeah, I've been hunting a few times in my life. I'll say it just like that, because it just wasn't, I didn't grow up around it. My brothers didn't hunt. My dad wasn't a hunter. Friends, I say, once I got to Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
That's when I ran into a ton. Well, no, it was a few hunters on the Nebraska squad. Aaron Taylor, Aaron Graham.
Yep.
Them Texas boys. They were some hunters. So
Scott Saltzman. Scott Saltzman was a big hunter.
Exactly. So a few there.
Brooke Behringer hunted.
Brooke was a hunter. Hey, and what was the funny thing? I was talking with Aaron Taylor one day. It's like my sophomore, freshman year. I can't remember which year, but I remember he's talking about hunting. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I brought my wife with me." And I'm like, "Oh, cool." I was like, nice. And then He's like, yeah, I'm getting my chew ready, pop it in my lip. And then I gave my wife one, and I'm like, hold up, what? I was at 18. Your wife, she chews too? I'm like, oh. I said, you married the right woman. You married the right woman. Because at that time, I was like, I don't know any women that pop a chew in the lip. I'm like, I don't know.
Wow.
I was like 18, 19 years old. I'm like, man, what woman on this earth that I've seen or know, none, that would pop a Copenhagen in that lip? Man.
Went with the harsh stuff too.
Man, I was like, wow. I was impressed. I say,
cut.
I was like impressed. I said, man, you married the right woman, bro. I said, that's how you
said
do
your
it.
wife chews too.
I was like, I didn't think women chewed. I was like, I'm a year, 2 years from high school. Like, I'm still a baby. I'm like, oh, women chew too? I was like, I thought it was a guy thing.
That's like in the Sandlot before they start going on the roller
Yes,
coaster rides, and they're like, "Cha, the good stuff."
The good stuff. These what the major leaguers chew.
Yeah, right. Then they just all puke on the roller coaster.
Yeah,
ride.
that's what happened to one of my teammates in high school. He thought he was about to be cool like the guys on the Sandlot, and it was just right after baseball practice. He's like, "Hey, let's do it." I said, "Hey, man, I don't even know how to start doing that." I say, "Give it a try. I'll watch you and see how it goes." And he did. He popped it in, and like an hour later, he's like, "Bleh." I'm like, what happened? I talked to my brother, one of my brothers, about it. He said, "Oh, you're not supposed to chew it. That's why you spit it out, the residue or whatever that comes from the tobacco." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know it's tobacco until that time." I'm like, "Oh, it is tobacco. Okay."
I'll be honest. That's a little bit of a foreign world for me.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't mess around with that.
No, I you know what? I don't think I've ever seen a lady chew before.
I've seen some women chew. I've been between in the Midwest, being in the Midwest. I haven't seen it in Texas yet, but I've seen it between Nebraska and Wisconsin, and some ladies that will throw down.
Well,
yes,
if you're a woman and you participate, text us 464-5685.
Please,
what's your
because
desire?
you got that life. That means you got that life.
What's your desired cut? What
You
kind of brand
gangster.
you
I'm
like?
sorry. I say any. I say don't mess with her. Don't mess with her.
Is it
You better come hard.
Straight cut? What do they call them? Straight
I have
cut
no
or-
idea. I don't even know if I said.
Man,
long
don't even
cut.
ask me. I just know it's chew, popping in the lip. That's what I used to hear.
Well, I tell you what, my senior year, no, it would have been my freshman year at Nebraska, man. I'm not gonna say the guy's name. He gave me some, and dude, I literally threw up in the locker room.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
But Bones texts and says, "Hey, when I was a boy, my grandma from Alabama,
Yep.
I used to have to empty her snuff cups." It's
Yeah.
real.
Hey. Hey, man. Hey, bro.
It's hard for me to talk about this without like starting to gag.
It's life, bro.
This is nasty. No, this story is nasty.
It is a sort of
No,
unhygienic habit, just a little bit.
This story is disgusting. Have you guys
Oh.
seen the video where there's two hockey announcers and the guy takes his partner's cup on accident
and drinks it?
Oh, he thought it was his cup. I seriously, I have to like take a moment and breathe because it's nasty. There it is. So let's go to break. Let's go to break with that.
Oh man!
The guy starts coughing obviously once he realizes.
I remember distinctly between Nebraska, Seattle, Green Bay, and the Houston Texans, coaches, when the head coach got up there several times, Mike Sherman, Dennis Erickson, Gary Kubiak, like, hey, when y'all pick up your damn cups and throw them in the garbage, because guys would kick them over by accident because they wouldn't see them on the ground. And then you got spit and chew they're like, pick up your damn cups, and you grown men, put them in the garbage. Don't leave them on the floor.
Remember Coach Osborne said to say he got pissed. He didn't say.
Yeah, that's why I said Nebraska. It started in Nebraska.
Yep.
Yeah, everywhere.
You see chew in the water fountains
Because
downstairs.
the average of criminal violator is usually O lineman and D lineman, the big guys. But then occasionally running backs. There's some running backs. I was like, what? Wide receivers and quarterbacks. I mean, everybody chews. I would say every position chews. But the first ones that I was like realizing was the O-line, D-line guys. And then when I got to Seattle, it was like everybody, like wide receivers, quarterbacks, the guy to tape my ankles. I'm like, God, dog. I'm like, man. So
yes.
So it was just, if people want to see the video, I mean, I'll show AD driving because you can't see anything.
Yeah.
It's the Colorado Avalanche. This happened on December 23rd of 2023. So literally less than a year ago.
Yeah,
Colorado Avalanche announcer Mark Rycroft accidentally takes a drink from his partner Mark Mosier's chewing tobacco spitter.
Oh.
And it's I mean, that man whips the headset off so quick. And it's bad. I'll send.
I know that. I know he. Oh man, I know he.
Man, it's bad. Somebody on the text line said, "You're making me gag right now because I did it one time before."
That is so bad. That is like the worst. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare.
I'm gonna read a few more of these texts.
That's a prank to the nth degree. People do that to prank people.
Yeah.
That's not good. Yep, not good.
I'm good.
We'll read some more when we come back, folks. When we come back, though, we got some NFL news. We also have some a lot of sound bites from yesterday's presser, some very interesting sound bites as far as that goes, too. Husker women played last night, and also some NFL action if we have time towards the end. There are some organizations. I want to get AG's input on this. If we don't do it today, we'll do it tomorrow for sure.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk about this. I didn't think we were going to hit it this week.
AG, it will be you and Nick and probably Rico tomorrow because I will be out tomorrow. Raff will be out tomorrow.
All right, sounds good.
But definitely we'll address that. And also a key injury for Nebraska women's basketball we'll discuss too and see what the status of that is.
Oh, man.
Folks, it's Wednesday. It's a wonderful Wednesday. Nick made fun of me for showing more love and more kindness.
No, I did not.
So I'm about to beat that tail more. We'll be right back. It's a drive.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 24th, enjoy bone-in turkey breast for $1.99 per pound, 8-ounce USDA choice boneless ribeyes for $8.99 each, whole boneless Carver ham for $4.48 per pound, and call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Mulberry Barbecue is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Raising little ones is a big job, and you do your best to give them a good start every day. That means making sure they're well cared for while you're apart. You work hard, but it's not always easy to make ends meet. There may be help. Find out if you qualify for Nebraska's Child Care Tax Credit for working parents. You could be eligible for a credit of up to $2,000 per child on your next tax return. Learn more at nebraskachildcaretaxcredit.org. Brought to you by First 5 Nebraska and Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this wonderful Wednesday. I tell you what, AG and Nick, there are some teams right now that's intriguing me. The reason why I sent you guys as far as the Cowboys, the Bears, and the Jets. I want to start first, you guys, with the Bears. AG, it's early. It's Caleb Williams' first year. Obviously, he's a rookie. But it seems like there's some angst in the locker room. And Nick's over there jamming. Look at him, DJ Red Alert. DJ Nick. DJ Nick.
I know. I was on the turntables there.
He's on the turntables. There seems like there's some angst in the locker room. AG, let me ask you this. I'm just throwing it out there. Throwing it to the text line as well. Nick, I want to ask you this too. AG, is this a typical rookie with mistakes, or do you have some buyer's remorse if you're the Chicago in front office?
Is there draft pick remorse of the player?
Yes.
That's just that. It's not no buyer's remorse. Ain't no problem with Caleb Williams. It's the coaching staff. It's the organization, as usual. As usual. I've been telling my wife for about over 10 years since I retired. I'll just say this: since I retired in 2009, and every year the Bears mess somebody up or they mess something up, which is their season, players, things they like. How you draft Mitch Trubisky? He's probably a great kid. But how you pass over Deshaun Watson, that was actually a blessing. But Pat Mahomes, when you had to pick when they came up, they were still there. Let's just go. It starts with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not able to make decisions when he shouldn't have no pressure on you. You are picking a draft player. You don't know where this pick is going to go, but from looking at, if you really studied and scouted players, that's just one instance. I could go on and on forever about, what the Bears have and have not done in terms of decision making, developing players, developing coaches, developing a team to win. And so when the years they did win, like 2006 when they went to the Super Bowl with Brian Urlacher, who led the defense and offense that was led by a Florida I can't think of his name, but I know he's a Florida quarterback.
Was it Kyle Orton? Or no. It was
not Orton.
It was a Jay Cutler.
He was a quarterback for the Bears. Yeah, he was one of the many.
Was it Cutler?
No, it wasn't Cutler. It was a short guy. It was a short kid. He was number 8. He was number 8.
Peyton Manning and the Colts, right?
They played Peyton Manning and Colts, but he was a Florida quarterback, and he was number 8, and he was a short guy. But he had the Bears defense
right now.
He had the Bears defense. He had Devin Hester. He had a squad around him, and so that's why they got to the Super Bowl. When you have the talent beyond talent, that's what they had. They made it there. Coaching, I mean, they did have Lovie Smith. I'll say that.
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman.
Yep, I just looked it up. Rex
Florida
Grossman.
quarterback.
Yep, I can see his face.
But they did have a good coach then. They had Lovie Smith. And then they fired him.
And Luke and Big Rob. Go ahead, AG.
Right. And they fired him a couple years later, which still to me is like, why? And I'm not even part of the organization on any level other than maybe a little fan of Walter Payton, So they are imploding because they've been doing this to themselves for years. And so it's unfortunate for those guys that are on that roster, DJ Moore, Caleb, to say a few, that are balling out of control, that are having good years. They just in a situation where the coaching staff, they don't know their right from their left. I know they're probably good guys, good people, but when it comes to football, they don't have the acumen to be in that building coaching those guys up, because right now they don't know how to start with a game plan and end with a game plan, and like some of the other teams that we're going to talk about here. So that's one of many problems they have.
Well, Scott Lincoln, first of all, AG and Nick, I agree too. The coaching staff there is to me is just been a mess, and it has been for a while. You're firing your OC, you're firing this guy. However, Scott Lincoln's got a good point here too. He goes, I completely disagree. Kelly Williams did not impress a lot while he was at USC. He played number 3 a couple of down years.
Okay, if you just didn't like him, then okay, but he's still a good quarterback. He is a solid quarterback. He just got to get coached up on NFL stuff, so then he can then progress to the next level. But yeah, he does run around. He may hold the ball a little bit too much, but that's what other quarterback doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You just got to learn how to develop him to get the ball. So they learn how to throw the ball out of their hand. They know how to become more decisive with their throws.
Well, let me ask you guys both this though. Is this the same mirror actions we saw with Justin Fields when he was just in Chicago?
100%.
Well, that's the thing is I would almost say
doesn't make sense.
The Bears, sure, you can criticize the Mitchell Trubisky pick. I compare that one quite a bit to Drake May as well. They're somewhat similar quarterbacks to where they test out, they grade out real high. But I mean, shoot,
where did Mitch grade out high? I just want to know that for sure.
I'm saying at the combine, like at his pro, like
he was 13-3 on a North Carolina team that had never been ranked in I don't know how long.
I understand.
And you're going to judge that off of that? Interesting.
Well,
I'm not on you, Nick. I'm just saying about the team.
Okay,
I'm just saying about the team.
But that's what they do. The Patriots did the same thing with Drake May. I mean, and also the Giants did the same thing with Daniel Jones. So I mean, through time and time again, and frankly, we have to be honest. Patrick Mahomes, it's not like he was winning championships at Texas Tech.
No, but he was doing, and then he played baseball. But if you scout him, right? You're talking about scouting.
Yes, which then we're
baseball
talking
background. Dad played baseball.
Yep.
You watched him play his games at Texas Tech. You were watching something that wasn't quite the normal, but you saw something different.
Yeah.
And he was making play. Yeah, they didn't win a whole lot of games, but if you could develop that, then that's what NFL. That's what remember I told y'all this a long time ago when I joined the show. There's a lot of NFL coaches that don't want to develop first rounders.
Well, and that's part of the Bears.
This is part of their problem,
right? So, because they haven't necessarily drafted on the surface. Okay, sure, the Mitchell Trubisky pick. Hindsight's always going to be 20/20, and we always can go back and criticize, and pick apart draft picks. But at the time, like They drafted. People might forget they drafted Roquan Smith. He initially, before he went to the Ravens,
And
he
they
was
let
part of
him
the
go.
Chicago Bears. They allowed him to go, right? But so they let him go. But that was a good draft pick. They drafted Justin Fields, which I feel like is an issue. And now this year,
and he's the leading tackler in the NFL, right? One of the leading tacklers in the NFL.
But this year now they drafted obviously Caleb Williams and then
Odozie.
And if Jaden, like, let's be honest, also, if Jaden Daniels wasn't have the rookie year that he is having, we would be sitting there going, oh, you know what? They got the best quarterback. But it's because Jaden Daniels is having the type of year and the Washington Commanders are having the type of year that they are, that everybody's like, wow, how could they not have seen that Jaden Daniels should have been the number 1 overall pick? But also there's part of it to where they went out and got Rome Odunze in the first round as well. So this is the first year, and I will give the Bears credit for this. This is the first year that they went out and got a first-round draft pick, and specifically a quarterback like Caleb Williams, and actually put guys around him. For once in their franchise, put guys around him. They went out and they acquired DeAndre Swift from the Eagles. They went out and they got Keenan Allen, who's one of the more reliable targets in all of professional football the last decade. And they put for a rookie quarterback, that is huge. We know the type of career DJ Moore could have had if he wasn't in a place like Carolina. And then you go out and get one of the best college receivers of last season in Rome Odunze. Yes. So they did, for the first time in franchise, they actually went out and surrounded a rookie quarterback with talent, because that's something that the Giants didn't do with Daniel Jones. That's something that the Patriots didn't do with Mac Jones. Like, there's a lot here that the Bears did different. They have talent. Why aren't they winning? Coaching, front office. People might forget this. Big Ten fans, don't forget who the CEO of the Chicago Bears is.
Who's that?
It's Kevin Warren.
Kevin Warren, the Big Ten commissioner.
The former Big Ten commissioner is the CEO of the Chicago Bears.
There you go. So that's unfortunately a lot. But like I mentioned, like at the college level on up, it doesn't matter the level. D1, Power 5, NAIA. I don't care where you put it, where you cut it. NAIA, community college. It's all about the coaching. Because remember, we're adults coaching, teaching kids how to get better at their position.
Right.
And we only know this. Why? Because one, we either played it or we did it at the high level, or we were a teacher and we learned how to coach football. Mike Holmgren was a school teacher. He was an English teacher. He learned how to coach quarterbacks. Look at him. He worked out, right? So that's where coaching at any level of any time period, you look back on it, is sometimes, you know, when you got the right coaches, you got the right recipe of what they know. And then they know how they got people skills. They have empathy. That means they have leadership skills. Then those are the teams that have been successful throughout the years.
Right.
Because they know how to put their egos to the side, or their ego dominates everybody or whatever, but it works. You know, it works to a point because they have the talent mixed in with the way they lead that talent down the road. So,
well, I tell you what, the Chicago Bears is just exhibit A. The Cowboys is another one, and the Jets. That may be something we talk about on Friday or Thursday. That's a whole nother ball of wax. There was a lot more that came out with the Jets.
Even the Bengals as well. Joe Burrow is statistically having an MVP type of year. And the Bengals, what are they, 2 wins or 3 wins? I mean, it's not a good start for Cincinnati. And the Bengals, I think there's a lot of Bengals fans here in town just because of who their head coach is, obviously.
Yeah, I would say that's true. And obviously that the Jimmy Burrow effect, Burrow effect is a huge one with them as well. But yeah, you're talking about underachieving. You look at fans, they're even going after Zach. You know,
that's what I mean. That's why there's a lot of fans. You have a former Husker quarterback as the Bengals head coach. Speaking of head coaching, guys, real quick, I'm not sure if you guys heard that Florida Atlantic fired Tom Herman.
Yes.
Just a couple of days ago. Well, the leading candidate is former NFL linebacker Ray Lewis to be Florida Atlantic's head coach. So they're trying to go the
Ray
player.
Ray.
I'll come out. You know, what's up?
Right. Florida Atlantic.
Running backs, linebacker. Well, I'll let you have linebacker coaching, but special teams, running backs coordinator. Here we go.
That'll be interesting. So there's going to be a lot of changes happening in the coaching world, and hearing about the next 2 weeks for sure. A lot of folks. When we come back, we got some history to get into, and at the 9 o'clock hour, a lot of sound bites, a A lot of interesting comments as well. It's The Drive. It's Wonderful Wednesday. We'll be right back.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
You know, Raiola and Hogerson, I'm sure, have had plenty of one-on-one meetings. We're going to close the door behind us, and I'm going to say, hey, what did you like from this offense? What did you not like? Raiola knows at the end of the day what's really going on with this offense. To be honest, that's what needs to catapult this offense and this whole team is Raiola's play. Sat's philosophy and Raiola's philosophy or Raiola's skill set just didn't match. I think this is going to match Raiola, and it's going to allow for his skill set to come out.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings. Your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Early break. You're going to give me crap for this? I was not in the stands for the blocked field goal kick.
This is what? I did what? You did the
I knew.
again?
No, this is why.
Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whatever you're going to say,
I knew.
I'm not even going to believe.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we should probably talk.
How long are we going to get that going?
Yeah, we probably should talk now. Anyway.
Well, this was really old school. How often? Let me ask you this. Oh God.
Sorry. Okay, there we go. Anyway.
They just kept it going. Okay, we'll roll with it. How often do you really think about? Obviously, you have the cheerleaders in games, in all sports. Obviously, you have the iconic Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. You have the in New York. I forget what they call them in New York. The Broadway show. You can see the ladies in that thing, but the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were the standard, if you would, as far as coming out with cheerleaders and making it a part of the game, if you would. The first official cheerleader, though, what year do you think that took place?
Probably in the 1800s, maybe.
18
something. Got to be 18 something.
1891.
You were very close. 1898.
Oh,
Johnny Campbell.
100 years before I got drafted.
Yes, 100 years before he got drafted. And there were no women at that time.
103 years
before. It was a guy?
It was all guys, man.
It was all guys.
It was all guys. First, Johnny Campbell coordinates a team to lead a crowd on a football field cheering for the University of Minnesota team. 1898.
Wow.
All guys.
100 years before AG got drafted.
And there's records of cheers being established in U.S. colleges as early as the 1870s. But Johnny Campbell's, he was the one that recognized as the first cheerleader to direct a crowd, as far as cheerleading. So the cheer was rah, 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 scooey ma, ha, rah, varsity, Minnesota.
That's why you have it on their helmets. You see it on it's Skiuma.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
SKI-U-MAH.
Got it.
Learn something new every day. Recognize that. Didn't recognize
100 years before AG was drafted, 103 before Nick Sainert entered the world. So there you have it.
Yeah.
That makes you feel old too, AG.
Nah.
Oh, damn.
AG, what you got for me?
Man, I got a fun game. Nick, you might have played. I know I played it a lot. It was Rock Band came out in November 20th, 2007. Rock Band, man. What was your favorite song to play?
Well, here's the problem. My fingers never went worked fast enough for that thing.
Well, that means you had it on the hard level. Then you should have had it on easy or something like me.
I couldn't coordinate quick enough. I couldn't coordinate my fingers quick enough on the guitar, right? Because that was like the thing that, like, for the Wii.
Yeah, well, yeah, they had it on everything. This was on Xbox and PlayStation.
Gotcha.
It was Xbox 360, and some of the good songs that came out on that game was Attack, the song Attack, 30 Seconds to Mars, Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep.
What's that? Cherub Rock, if I'm saying that right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what.
Okay,
Yep. That song. Yeah.
Foo Fighters, Everlong, Leonard Skinner, Simple Man.
Yep.
Raise Against the Machine, Give It All American Rejects, Move Along, Blink 182, all the small things that I remember that song. I remember that. Yes.
AG, do you remember the time period? I think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s, where it was like the Wii Fit was big. The Xbox 360 Connect, I think it was called. Where it was like it was the new era of where you didn't have to always just hold a controller
or sit down.
Yeah, because they were like, hey, you can burn calories while standing on the Wii Fit.
You can work out and play games
like
and
that,
this,
right?
that, and the other. Yeah, they were break the stigma. Then they were trying. They did though. It worked because Connect was awesome. You could do so many. I didn't know you could do things like, if you hooked it up to your computer, you could hack it in a way. It was a couple hacks. Where you hooked it up to a computer or hooked it up to a TV where you could teach. You could use it as a video like stream, like almost like a Zoom.
Really?
And you could have like people were using it to teach people how to draw, or teach people in general artwork, teach whatever they were teaching. So
I think I want to try VR. Like,
VR is
so
fun.
There's a couple. I've done VR like once or twice.
Yep.
There's a really cool golf game where you can get like the golf club and it's pretty accurate and you just wear the headset.
Yep.
But I've
never tried that.
I want to play the football game. Like they have it's essentially Madden where you can be the quarterback.
Oh, dope.
And like you're reading defense, like you're playing on the football field. And so I don't know. I think I need to dive into the world of
you
VR,
find out.
the meta headsets or whatever they're called.
Yep. I see if you can read those defenses.
Do you play that at all, AG? The VR at all?
Yeah, I do VR. I have the meta headsets over behind me somewhere. Yeah, I have.
You got a couple.
No, I have one. Well, I have a play.
Rick over there is going. He's just.
I have my old. I have the PlayStation. The PlayStation one that came out, the first generation PlayStation VR,
like
and then I just got the Meta one that I'm because they have a new Batman game on it. Looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
They have a training simulator on that I'm testing out for. I think it's for reflexes and all that stuff. I got to jump in there and check that out. Nice. So.
Well, if you know Mark Zuckerberg, AG, just let him know that I would like one. And
no, I don't know that dude. I know of that dude.
I can give you my address if needed.
Why would I give him your address? I'm gonna start with myself first. Let's just pump the brakes, Nick.
Would put others before you, but nope. 3966 says I got a technical foul one time on 2K because my Connect heard me cuss.
Yeah.
Wild.
Hey,
I never got that.
Hey, Connect. Hey, my wife hates the damn Connect. I'll tell you that right now. We were playing the one game. It was a family one where they had ice skating, and you had to hit the figure skating moves. How they do the competition where they got to hit the third move, spin on the one leg, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, babe, let's jump in the game. I said, but you got to get in the area because the Connect has to see your body. And if it doesn't see your body, it won't register the moves.
Mm-hmm.
I said that several times. Of course, what goes down, all hell breaks loose because I go on there, I hit everything. Oh, you're the man. You're happy. That's what the game's telling me. Oh, you're the man. Da, 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 da. Great moves. Da, da, da. She gets in there. They're like, boo, boo.
That's awesome.
I'm like, babe, you got to move up. You're too far away. She's like, no, what the hell's going on? Bump this game and other expletive that came out of her mouth. I don't give a darn about this game. I'm like, babe, you're too far away from the Connect camera. You got to get closer.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Folks, we got a whole bunch of sound bites to get into and get your input from. I want you to text in. I know the previous shows have played it too. Different listening audiences, different times at work, etc. So there's a lot of interesting nuggets in the presser from yesterday. We'll talk about when we come back, folks. It's Wednesday. It's The Drive. 93.7 The Ticket.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
There are moments in life, surrounded by family and friends, when you realize this is what it's all about. For 65 years, the Riddles family has been creating jewelry to capture these precious moments, crafting one memory at a time to last forever. Now, join them in celebrating Riddles Jewelry's 65th anniversary with incredible savings. Enjoy up to 30% off engagement rings. And for a limited time, save up to an additional $700 on your ring purchase. At Riddles, they're more than jewelry. They're here to help you create moments that truly sparkle, surrounded by the people who matter most. Family owned. Today, tomorrow, forever. Riddles Jewelry.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
Confidence on the field begins with confidence in your fit. And nobody fits the polar bear like Gary Michaels. From off the rack to custom made to measure, the Gary Michaels team can tackle any hard-to-fit man and make him feel like a champion. For style, affordability, and the finest clothes from here to Italy, it's got to be Gary Michaels. Take it from the polar bear. Get your best look today at Gary Michaels.
Gary Michaels Clothier's 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane. As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, but also lots of wind. We'll see an afternoon high around 49. Tonight, clear skies with a continued breeze, a low near 28. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a light breeze, and an afternoon high near 44. Our meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is your phone system holding you back? We know how important smooth, reliable communication is for your success. Whether your team is working from the office or on the go, you need a phone system that keeps up with your busy day. At Hamilton, we offer business phone systems that adapt to your needs, making every call clear and every connection simple. Upgrade to a Hamilton business phone system where advanced features meet unmatched reliability. Are you ready to transform how you communicate? Better phones, better business. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we're back on this wonderful Wednesday. We're going to hop right into it. AG, as you know, to the listeners, if you're listening to Early Break with Sip and Jake, Coach Bush as well, heard some of the sound bites. If not, we're going to play some of those because there was Rico, hold on the mic for a second here. Rico,
Sup, losers?
Oh, boy.
You come in hot.
Come in hot.
That was mostly directed at Ahman.
Hey, you don't want to bark up this tree, partner.
Hey.
Hey, you started it.
Hey, hold on.
Hold on. Nothing. Hold on. We represent the Lollipop Kids. The Lollipop Kids.
Wow.
The Lollipop Kids.
I was about to say.
You started it.
You know, I was about to say. I love you, brother.
You started it.
That's what I was about to say. And now, old bald head, milk dud looking dude gonna come at me with lollipop.
That's all you got. Everybody call me milk dud, bruh. Come up with something new. Tell me something I haven't heard before.
Hey, I do want to say this, which is very
think I am scared of you. No, I'm not.
I was never asked for you to be scared of me.
I do want to add this in. This is a serious matter right here.
Hey, bro, you started it.
There's been a few texters. Unknown texter 8893. Thank you so much. O Street is being closed at 27th. Huge fire.
Oh wow.
That was the second one that's come across. Someone else mentioned that as well. And I apologize for not reading that one earlier. Folks, steer clear of O Street if all possible at the 27th and O Street location. Nick, we saw that fire truck shoot across here probably about 30 minutes ago. And it was heading actually to the east, and unbeknownst to us, it was going that direction. So unknown texter 8893, let us thanks for letting us know. And man, that is a prayerfully And hopefully, again, our prayers are up for our first responders, and hopefully there's no casualties and something like that. We have no idea what's going on right there, but other than this, O Street is being closed at 27th and O Street, so be careful going along that route. That is the stuff that really matters right there as far as that goes.
Which that road's always jam-packed and congested and slow anyway. So now you add that on there, it's going to make matters worse.
Absolutely. There was a press conference yesterday, and it was the first time to hear from new OC Dana Holgorsen. Let's roll right into those clips right there, Nick.
Yeah, let's do this. How long did the process of you becoming the offensive coordinator? We'll start with this one because so important context here, right? And this is one thing you always have to watch, and be realistic about it. There's a lot of people that see the graphics on Twitter and hear the why did Dana Holgorsen take the job and he just goes, I'm bored, I was bored. There's more to it. There is more to the answer. That is not why. He is being sarcastic. One thing we have to remember, about Dana Holgorsen is he comes from the Mike Leach tree. He's a little eccentric. He's a little odd. He is very sarcastic at times. You always got to just remember that part too. So here is Dana Holgorsen on just why he took the offensive coordinator job.
I was bored. Great deal of respect for Coach Rule. We visited in December, and I didn't think it was fair to him, me, or the program to do it at that point. I was tired. I'd been through a lot, and just didn't have to do it at that point. And I didn't feel like I was ready to give it my all. I was very grateful to Sonny Dykes and TCU for being a consultant there, which kept me around the game. I was there for I think 3 weeks in camp, and then went on vacation for about 2 weeks. Came back and I was always there. I was there for 2 weeks, and I was there for 2 games, and I didn't like being a part of the games because I wasn't a part of the games. All right. I was up in the head coach's suite for a game, and I was on the sidelines for a game. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like this part of it. If I don't have any control over it, I don't want to do it. So I would just help prep them in the beginning of the week, and then I'd go do something else. It was fun to kind of go do other things, but I was slated to go back to Fort Worth on Sunday night, and Coach Rule called, and I was like, yeah, he said, let's just come try to figure this out. I need your help. And so I was grateful to him for saying that I needed your help, and so I was like, I think a great deal of him. I think a great deal of this program. So I was excited to jump on it. Rules allow it now. In years past, rules wouldn't have allowed it. So, I just wanted to insert myself and try to help Coach Rule and try to help this football team and try to help this great program.
Yeah, I just think that with Dana, there's a couple things to pick apart there. Number one, he speaks like a coach because he's just frankly a control freak. So there's that part to it. And hey guys, correct me if I'm wrong. That's what we know a lot of coaches can be like. I think Matt Rule is partially that as well, to where coaches are control freaks. And so heck, that's what's gotten Nebraska head coaches in the past couple of years in trouble, is that they have tried to have too much control on every little piece of Nebraska's program. Now,
if you're losing, it's a problem.
Yeah, if you're
because Coach
I
Osborne and Nick, and AG, I know you would agree to this, and it's the truth as well. Coach Osborne was a control freak. From the time we went out to the time we left, how many yards when that ball was snapped, what was going on in the locker room. When you're losing, it doesn't look good because it's like, are you really in control?
Well, because then people start to question you,
exactly.
Right? And so that's the thing is if you're winning, everything's great.
Yep.
If you're winning. Another thing that I found it interesting is he acknowledges that back in December and January when he was already in Lincoln and on campus, it was not the right time. And that he needed to just step away for a little bit. I get that, but then it always calls you back. And here you are. Nebraska, I would imagine, is hoping internally that he is Nebraska's offensive coordinator next year in 2025. I think that would probably help stabilize recruiting if he is. I think it would stabilize some of the guys you already have in your locker room as it is. The unique piece of this, AG, because I want to get your thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times when we talk transfer portal, guys will leave because of coaching changes, whether that's at position or coordinator or head coach.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the season, Nebraska was so unique in the fact to where they bring somebody in middle of the season or towards the end with a couple of games left, where guys are going to have a month and a half to kind of see how he operates, maybe a month more so. And it's not going to be such a split-second decision of, I need to leave. He's going to be able to get to know and have some conversations that a lot of times when you just fire an offensive coordinator, guys are just, oh, I'm gone too then.
What are your thoughts, AG?
Yeah, I mean, I say for it to, I was like kind of thrown off by the whole part of it anyway, being mid-season or more than mid-season, past halfway with about 3 games left. But, listening to the presser and listening to how he come in, he's come in just like, I think any guy would come into a program late in the season. So he's paying respect to the coaches that were here, the players as well, getting to know them, he's saying, I'm trying to learn players' names. I'm watching a ton of film, basically, which he should be doing. That's a coach's main job, is breaking down film and analyzing and finding out, I say, habits of players that he's going to be coaching, habits of players he's coaching against. Wisconsin this week, it was USC last week, and then another couple of weeks it'll be Iowa. So it's for him, it's a roller coaster ride. And I met him last year for the first time when I covered Houston versus Baylor in an ESPN Plus game, and I thought he was a good talk, to be honest. I thought and the whole Nick reminded me of the Mike Leach connection, and just knowing that guy. I didn't know him. I knew of him. I never got a chance to meet Leach, but all the stories, I had some of my teammates that played with him at the schools that he coached at, and just seeing him, in from distance, watching, his interviews and how, like you said, eccentric and different he was, and that obviously, pawns off onto his assistants and players. And for Dana to kind of hear that, oh yeah, I was bored. You don't know where that's coming from. I mean, because you don't know him, and I like that. I like that about him, because he's literally just a dude that's coached some teams. But he's a good coach, and so now he just got to get into his process here in Lincoln, whatever his process was at Houston, West Virginia, and the times that where he's been an assistant. He's got to get into his process to then, like you say, I got to learn players' names, and then learning a player's name is also knowing the player. And so that type of things, that's what stuff he has to go to, because usually this happens during training camp or during the recruiting process for a player coming to any college. So he has to now play catch up to that in a certain way. I say, for one, just get to know the players, because then getting to know Dylan, getting to know the receivers, to know what kind of plays they like to run, throws they like to, he likes to throw in terms of Dylan, routes they like to run in terms of receivers, and even the running backs out of the backfield, screen plays or whatever. He gets to know that, then he knows how to scheme up a game plan against any team that he faces, because he's gonna know how to put his players in the best position, because that's pretty much an offensive coordinator's job, is make sure you got a game plan to put your best players, the ball in their hand, in the situations that they're best at. And so that's his job, and I believe he's gonna do a good job at it. It's gonna, obviously, it's a rush, because it's a couple of games left of the regular season for them, and hopefully we just need one to go bowling. So that's what he's working against right now.
Well, AD, I want to get your thoughts specifically on this. He was asked about position coach blindness and the input that he has on the personnel that Nebraska used in their games. Here's what Dana Holgorsen had to say. AD, I want to ask you your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I give my opinion. I give my opinion. Coach Rule has mentioned this, that fresh set of eyes on things are good. I totally 100% believe that. Position coaches get blinded by what they see sometimes, based on a whole bunch of different things. And sometimes players, they come in and they get it's fresh set of eyes on it, and some opinions are different than others' opinions. I mean, that's what position coaches, they fall in love with specific people, and they don't want to give other people chances. That's every position coach across the country falls into that trap. I did too as an assistant, and so I'm constantly looking at it, and I've voiced my opinion. I found one today. Not going to mention it until we go talk about it as a staff, but I found a young kid today that I think can help us play on Saturday. Just keep your eyes open for that. But, if at the end of the day, it's about competition. If there's competition, then people play better. If there's not competition, then people relax. And, I think our job as coaches, especially in this situation right now, is for, I'll say, look, this is what I see. If you don't like it, then do something about it in practice.
I have a lot of thoughts on a couple of pieces there. AD, what do you think?
I'm going to say this. That part we can sometimes we don't see our own blind spots. Hence why they're called blind spots. Nick, and if you're looking on the video stream, if I'm holding this mug up this close to my face, meaning this is the program, these are the guys I'm around every day. That's all I see is this cup. But when I set it down, or have a different set of eyes look at it, they can see, well, you got some coffee stains over here, you got some over here, you're missing this over here. When you step back away from it, you can examine it more properly. Some coaches do that well, some not as much. And Holgerson just mentioned that most coaches don't do that, especially position coaches. I like the fact that he just told the truth. Yeah. You know what? There are some guys out there that I've seen. He didn't mention the name, which I do like that part as well. I see some guys that can help us potentially on Saturday. I'm going to go back to the staff and talk about it. The part I like almost better than anything, the competition piece. AG, me and you know good and well that our starting lineup was very fluid.
Yeah.
If you didn't take care of business that week in practice, you weren't playing on Saturday much. Mm-hmm. Because we all know this: how you practice is how you play, and how you play is how you practice. So if there weren't guys getting after it in practice, they're not going to get after it on Sundays. No, Saturdays. Well, Sundays as well. Yeah. So the bottom line is, he said, listen, competition, it shows you. It reveals who really wants this thing. All right? Competition does that. When you know your name's not cemented in the depth chart, you know what? You're going to go out there and give your best. And if not, you're not going to be with the program any longer. And a whole nother subject right now, with teams cutting down to 105, there's a lot of guys on the Nebraska roster who are not safe right now.
Yeah, I think so. A couple of things there. First was about blindness. I think that's been kind of indicative quite a bit of Nebraska's last couple of years, especially these last 21 games of the season, or of when Marcus Satterfield was the offensive coordinator, and you've had the same position coaches. I'm not saying to move on from position coaches. What I am saying though is that sometimes we forget that, Nebraska is a program that has the ability to have a pretty deep roster and has multiple guys that can perform and help Nebraska on Saturdays. We got a question on the text line, and I'm pretty confident in this one. Old Dad 34 says, who do you guys think he found of the young guys that could help the offense? The first name I immediately thought of, guys, was wide receiver Quinn Clark. He's a true freshman from the state of Montana, son of former Husker running back Ken Clark. Played in the late 80s, I believe, 85 to 89, I think.
God rest his soul.
But Ken Clark, his son Quinn Clark, number one player from the state of Montana. He is the guy that initially, right away came to my mind. He played minimal time against UTEP, has not played since. So you still, not that you have to worry about red shirts, but you can play him in the final 2 games of the season. I think he's one that Nebraska probably could look to starting Saturday if Dana Holgerson truly believes so. I just think that Quinn Clark is certainly somebody that to kind of keep an eye on that offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, AG, I'm not sure who we found. That could definitely be a good guess there, right there, though, Nick, because he's from football pedigree, he's in his DNA. Highly touted recruit out of the state of Montana. And it could be, all we know, it could be a few guys that he saw in there.
Yeah, it could be, right?
As well.
You have the list of Malachi Coleman, Jalen Lloyd. There's a couple guys there. Who knows? It could even be a running back. There's Quentin Ives available. There's so many names that kind of just get lost in the sauce, gentlemen, that, it could be anybody. But that was one that I'm really, really intrigued on. And talking to a couple other guys it sounds like, I mean, that's certainly one that's a popular pick, is that Quinn Clark selection. So anyway, go ahead.
Quick update on the fire that's on 27th and O. It is the old Village Inn that was on fire. That is on fire. We got a few texts to let us know that.
Is that 27th and O?
Yeah, that's right. It's right. It's just basically a half a block, not even half a block, 2 buildings off of 27th.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Going back to the east. So, that big corner where it has like the barbershop, the dance studio, Nick, on your right-hand side, if you're going to the east.
Yeah.
It's another building. There's got that car lot. Then there's that Village Inn that was vacant, that was sitting there for years.
I thought it was the old Village Inn was on 66th and O.
Well, they got one there too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one there too.
A lot of vacant Village.
Yeah, and there's one on Cornhusker, 27th,
right.
old one on 27th and Cornhusker as well. So yeah. We'll come back, folks. We got a few more sound bites and that we want to talk about with Dana Holgerson as well.
How about this coaching name that just popped up in Florida Atlantic? FAU. How about Scott Frost?
Scotty Frost. Never know.
Scott Frost, AG.
Never know.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
A Florida man can't deny that he has success at UCF.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
Say. Yeah. Yeah.
Just forget. Just white out that Nebraska tenure.
Yeah.
We'll be back. It's The Drive.
As a proud member of the Roofing and Solar Reform Alliance, Coalition Restoration stands out by providing thorough property assessments, personalized customer service, and top-notch craftsmanship. With years of experience in the industry, Coalition Restoration has built a notable reputation for having a team filled with skilled professionals and possessing the expertise to handle any roofing project, big or small. Visit their website today for a free roof assessment at www.coalitionrestoration.com or give them a call at 402-607-8186.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Is your phone system holding you back? We know how important smooth, reliable communication is for your success. Whether your team is working from the office or on the go, you need a phone system that keeps up with your busy day. At Hamilton, we offer business phone systems that adapt to your needs, making every call clear and every connection simple. Upgrade to a Hamilton business phone system where advanced features meet unmatched reliability. Are you ready to transform how you communicate? Better phones, better business. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
For 15 years, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping has been helping Lincoln become healthier, happier, and more fit through our proven combination of kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching. And to celebrate 15 years of success, we're offering an amazing Black Friday sale for all ticket listeners. You will get the Winter 10-week challenge for 40% off and get all of December for free. Start your transformation before the new year arrives. And at the end of the 10-week challenge, someone's walking away with $1,000. Come check it out. What do you have to lose? Click on the banner at theticketfm.com to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill or 70th and Vine, and online at fxblincoln.com.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Early break. You're going to give me crap for this? I was not in the stands for the blocked field goal kick.
This is what? I did what? You did the
I knew,
again?
No, this is why.
Oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Whatever you're going to say, I'm not even going to believe.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality, integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensandsmith.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I want to appreciate all the folks that are the texts that are sending in pictures of the area. The 27th on O Street again is closed off because of the old Village Inn, which is one of our texters. Yeah, it's not on 27th, it's just where where it's closed off at. It's actually about 29th and O is where that's at. I used to study there a lot in college, man, at that one. So again,
at the Village Inn.
Yeah, man, because it was open till like 2:00 in the morning.
This was the problem. I went to Village Inn on the south side of town a couple of weeks ago. Actually, probably about 2 months ago at this point. And unfortunately, it is expensive nowadays.
Village Inn?
They used to have that VIB for about $7.99. And I was in high school, and my buddies and I, we'd all go to Village Inn, get the VIB. You could even upgrade and get a premium side for $1.99 because you could afford it for less than $10 as a high schooler. I went, got the same exact thing. First of all, smaller portions. Second of all, it was $15.
Oh, snap.
Double. Help me out. VIB. What's that stand for?
VIB. I don't know. It's like instead of Village Inn, it's like instead of VIP, it's VIB. And
okay.
You just basically got eggs, multiple proteins, and
nice. Okay.
hash browns or whatever. But it used to be $7.99, and it used to be big portions.
So they doubled it, huh?
They doubled the price and halved the portions.
Oh man.
Upsell.
Inflation.
Upsell. That's called inflation for sure.
Upsell. Yeah, Fred.Hoiberg, appreciate that, man. Unknown texter 8557. Thanks for sending that picture. Looks like out of your office window there of all the smoke that's coming up from there. Again, hopefully everybody is safe with that. Again, thoughts and prayers go out to our first responders for their safety through this as well.
All right, guys, let's flip sides. Because Tony White had some interesting things as well to say. Let's start with the run defense here. He was disappointed in it from Saturday's performance. Obviously, Woody Marks had himself a nice day, 120 yards or so on the ground for the USC Trojans. Here's what Tony White had to say.
Not good enough. I mean, that's not, and that starts with me. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff in there was okay and it fit up well, but then they started doing some other things, and then I didn't adjust fast enough to it, so I didn't give the guys a chance to play. I think early on you see the runs, and then you see the fronts, and then we're stoning it, and then all of a sudden they make some tweaks, come out in different formations and personnels, and then I was playing catch up the whole time and didn't adjust well enough. So got to do better.
For context here, Nebraska's rush defense this year is they're averaging or giving up, 110, essentially 111 rushing yards per game, which isn't bad. It's top 20 in the country. Just for a refresher, last season, Nebraska, they only allowed 91 yards rushing per game, which was good for top 10 in the country. They allowed 9 rushing touchdowns. All of the 2023 season, Nebraska so far, similar pace. They've allowed 6 rushing touchdowns, and they're going to be facing, 2 teams that run the ball at a pretty high clip going forward in these last 2 games of the season. So somewhat similar, however, giving up, 21 more yards on average per game this season.
Defensively, AG, I'm going to ask you this, man. The secondary in particular, you look back at obviously the past number of losses. You look at Indiana, torched. You look at UCLA. We made UCLA look like it was like Stokes was back there playing again. JJ Stokes was the receiver. We made UCLA look good, and USC's receivers, they just seemed like they were just constantly in position. We were constantly out of position. We had big brother Kenny Wilhite on yesterday, and Kenny had a good point. And Kenny's coached this game for a long time. He was great at what he did, all conference, of course, black shirt. Just fundamental things are doing wrong. Have you seen just like a digression in our defensive backs, man?
No, I don't see a digression. Like I said this the other day. It was just little, kind of like Kenny said, little positional details that they missing out. Forming up for a tackle, going for a ball. Is both of the situations on the catches. One was a touchdown catch, and one was a completion to get USC on the goal line. Is when if you're gonna jump for I played defensive back 1 year when I was 8 years old, and I remember my brother telling me the only time when you're a defensive back and you got to recover and receiver, if you jump for the ball, you got to make sure you have the ball, because obviously you're it. If nobody's behind you and the receiver's behind you and they catch the ball, there's nobody to tackle the receiver. So just little stuff like that. So it's not a digression, just it's a reminder. I remember coaching high school football 1 year. We was on a team that had been the consecutive playoff appearances and runs. And something that I picked up from, I was watching, I think Sunday of NFL football, and they had an interview with Bill Belichick when he was still coaching at the time. And he mentioned, it was just something that was mentioned in a dialogue where he talked about when we're about to go to the playoffs, or if that 1 week before the playoffs, so it's the regular season, it's week 17, we start going back to fundamentals. Mm-hmm. We start teaching tackling the game, catching the ball, throwing the ball security, all the little stuff that started in training camp, because that's how you start training camp. And now we've been at it for 4 or 5 months, and it's kind of redundant, but it's a thing that you start to see, like you said, little details, like that form tackle right before or right after the big catch, or I say another drive that USC had that I think was Deshaun Singleton. He needed to square up, drop his butt more to be in a better position, and I have that running back. I've seen him blow up guys that size, and so him not squaring up, this stuff like that. So it's not a regression; it's just a reminder. And that's one thing as coaches we do. We constantly remind on all the good habits and not create bad habits in sports, not just football, in sports. Basketball coaches, baseball coaches. Nick, you could go recall a baseball coach that would always tell you something about being a catcher, and you just like, man, this is annoying, but he's right. You got to do certain things as a catcher, as a tackler, as a blocker, and you just got to constantly remind it. And this is the latter part of the season where some of those little habits kind of get brushed to the side because it's November. It's like, no, you got to be up on it, because you never know. You might be in that moment where you need that skill to pop up and utilize it and then execute it.
Well, it's interesting because Nebraska, I think what's unfortunate here is Nebraska returned a good chunk of their secondary from last season. And Obviously, right, Deshaun Singleton is back. You had Isaac Gifford, who's back. Marquise Buford Jr. was fully healthy. Malcolm Hartzog returns. Tommy Hill returns. I think maybe first and foremost, we undervalued, or I undervalued the impact Omar Brown had in this secondary on defense last year at times. And then also one thing that I would actually infer about Nebraska's secondary this year, they're taking a lot more risks. And that's part of like Tony White's defense is risking it, obviously. And it's paid off to the tune of the defense has had 4 more interceptions this season than they did all of last year. To this point, just 6 INTs last season. Now they have 10 so far on the season. They're actually giving up per game the same number of passing yards. They finished last year in passing defense, top 40 in the country and gave up 210 passing yards per game. This year, they're actually at 56th in the country currently in passing defense, giving up still 210 passing yards a game. However, last year gave up 14 passing touchdowns all season long. This year, already through 10 games, have given up 19 passing touchdowns on the season. Now, there's a couple of things, right? One is obviously the passing touchdowns. Nebraska's played some more pass-heavy teams this season than they did last year. At times, right? Like Michigan, like Indiana's obviously more of a pass-heavy team. You have Purdue on the roster, on the schedule as well. More so last year, it was teams like Northern Illinois rather, and other programs like that run the ball much more than passing the ball. So there's some things you can't just look at the statistics, but it feels like their secondary has taken a step back, which in a season where a lot of guys returned, you were hoping that it was going to take a step forward.
It is. And you know what, AG, what you said about, just not regress, but repetitions and also, just technique. It just seems like their technique has just been off. Like if the ball is going, if you try to backpedal the ball, like Kenny said yesterday, good luck with that. Coach Brown would always tell us, if you're on the balls of your feet, you're going to get beat. And that's both offensively and defensively, especially as a defensive back. If you're on the ball of your feet, you're dead. And so trying to backpedal even to a ball, you're not going to get there. You have to turn the hips, like you said, AG. You got to run and go get it like you're playing center field, like you're in outfield. And open your hips. So it's simple things like that. We just weren't seeing that as much in the first half of the season, the thing that bothers me. Hence why I brought up the regression part, because it's almost like they're getting away from the techniques. They're in position, but then they're using poor technique, which you're going to get beat.
Exactly.
You're going to get beat on that aspect of things. Ken says, how can we talk about players not playing hard? Ken, I'm with you. We can talk about coaches, etc., but until the players, that's why I was so glad when Coach Holgerson mentioned that, competition. We're going to have competition because there are a number of plays out there, a number of missed tackles out there, was just a lack of want to. They were in position and just didn't finish the plays up, and it's cost us this past 4 weeks, man.
Which an AG, I want you to speak on this a little bit, because there's something to that competition piece, to where at certain positions, as if you're a quote unquote starter or somebody that is playing a majority of the snaps, and let's say Nebraska publicly says that they're going to redshirt the guy behind you, how much does that push you to continue to get better? That's where it's so interesting, because the perfect example here is, and we don't have to talk, necessarily Ty Robinson, because he's having a really nice year, but behind him, Riley Van Poppel. We knew from the get-go that Riley Van Poppel, who played a significant amount his true freshman year last season, was going to redshirt this year. So what does that tell a guy like Ty Robinson in that case? That there's not a whole lot of push for his job, but he's done a good job this season. Like, I'm not coming at Ty Robinson.
Definitely.
I mean, sometimes it can be a demotivator. I say for the generation of today, it's a little of that going on. But when you have that opportunity, it's opportunity. You got to take advantage of it, regardless of who's in front of you or behind you. That was my mindset coming in here, man. I was like, look, I got to help this team out in any way, shape I can. I remember Coach Solis, I mentioned this already, that, he asked me, do you want a redshirt? I said, no, I will be the water boy. I will be the punter. I'll be, back up whoever's punting the ball, kickoff return, punt return. And I did all that. I was kickoff returner. I didn't do punt return, but I was on punt coverage because I knew I could help this team out right away. So you just got to have that mindset of that, and then be ready to go, and not just say, hey, I want to do it, but also have all the, if you're an offensive player or defensive player, or if you're just a special teamer, have your technique down, have the plays in your head and be ready to go, because you just don't want to be a guy like, yeah, I want all the I want to, but then you don't know the how to. So make sure you got your execution down and what you're supposed to do at your position when you get in there to make a difference.
AG, what you just said, I think is very poignant. You said, I have the want to, but not the how to. And the beautiful thing about it, if you got a guy that, or a gal, but talking about Nebraska, if they have the want to, you can teach them the how.
Yeah.
You can teach them the how. But if you don't have that want to, second part doesn't even matter, man. Second part doesn't matter. Like you said, you have the want to, we can teach you how. And I think as what Holgerson was mentioning, where he's seen some guys out there that he shows they got the want to, I think he's going to teach them how. We have to see who that is. And yet, that's yet to be determined. Like you said, Nick, that could be a little young Clark. That could potentially be him. It could be a Malachi. It could be some guys, that we're not even thinking of as well, But again, I like the comment that he made earlier to where he's seen some things, some guys that he would like to get in there on different packages. I thought it was nice to see Bonner in action more on Saturday, 100%. Man.
I love Janiron balling out. I mean, he's been gradually growing. Like every time he gets out there, it's another level up of gameplay. He's dropping his shoulder. He's running through tackles more. So that means he's excited about what the game plan looks like for himself to go out there and make plays.
It's every time he gets the ball or gets in the game, we all sit here and go, why is he not involved more?
And Lloyd would be another one who had that tough catch on the sideline. Took a hit. Both feet were in bounds. Yeah. But Bonner in particular, he's just one of those guys. You seem like every time he reminds me of? He reminds me of, what's the guy for the San Francisco 49ers, number 9? For the 49ers, that
number 9?
Number 19 at the half-bridge. The receiver is kind of a hybrid between receiver and running back.
Debo Samuel?
Debo Samuel. He reminds me that
same he's number one now.
He's number one now. Yeah, that Debo. Same body build, and Debo is just, they're loose and they're physical runners. Bonner is a very physical runner. You're not going to get him down by an ankle tackle for sure. So it'd be nice to see him inserted in as far as the offensive game plan on Saturday. Folks, when we come back, also Nebraska plays Iowa tonight at 7 p.m. in volleyball. That'll be a big game tonight on Big Ten Plus.
We also have Husker baseball news when we come back.
Love it. It's Wonderful Wednesday, folks. One more segment. We'll be right back.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 24th, enjoy bone-in turkey breast for $1.99 per pound, 8-ounce USDA choice boneless ribeyes for $8.99 each, whole boneless Carver ham for $4.48 per pound, and call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Nebraska's Christmas Light Show is back and bigger than ever. The Magical Lights of Lincoln Christmas Show runs from Black Friday through New Year's Eve at Sandhills Global Event Center. Bring the family for a show they'll never forget, featuring over 1.5 million lights. Cost is $25 per vehicle from Monday through Thursday, $30 on Friday and Saturday, and also $30 on Christmas Eve and Day. Purchase your tickets online today at ChristmasLightsInLincoln.com and get ready to experience a drive-through light show like you've never seen before.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Tanner's Bar and Grill is the best place in Lincoln for a casual get-together, best place to watch a game, and the best for pre- and post-game. Catch college and NFL football as well as the volleyball action this season at Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. What's better than wings, cold beer, and a Husker win? Enjoy great food and drink specials every day and tons of TVs to catch all the action. Tanner's Bar and Grill, 30th and Yankee Hill.
Fall is here, which means it's time to dive into a new lineup of autumn flavors at Wings and Rings, your home away from home during football season. Their all-star lineup of wing sauces is adding 2 new impact players, curry garlic and pumpkin chili. Need something delicious before kickoff? How about starting your meal with their brand new chorizo nachos and loaded fries? You better act fast. These new tastes of autumn won't be here long. So make the trip to one of their 2 Lincoln locations today on O Street or Village Lane.
Is your heating system ready for cooler weather? Call Bryant to schedule your fall heating check. No matter what brand, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time, on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line. Here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back for our last segment. Quick update: Nebraska, of course, takes not say of course, but Nebraska takes down wins last night against Northern Alabama.
Yeah, North Alabama.
North Alabama, who they played last night. Callan Hake had 17 points. Jessica Petrie chipped in as well, 14 points, her career high. Britt Prince, she's just still playing like a gamer, 13 points, 5-8 shooting. And then Alberta Rimdahl.
Verde Rimdahl.
Yeah, she had 13 points, 3 or 4 shooting last night. But the big story is Natalie Potts finished the night with 2 points, 5 rebounds in 10 minutes. She was getting back on defense in transition, went down awkward on the floor. I've not heard anything yet as of today. Have you, Nick, heard anything about Natalie Potts yet today?
Doesn't probably sound very good, though.
Yeah,
I would lean toward it not being a great result, but there you have it.
We'll see what happens. So. I thought it was a classy move. I was watching it while and doing emails last night on Big Ten Plus. She went back on the court, finished watching the game on crutches, and the North Alabama team came and shook her hand, etc. Thought that was a cool gesture. But the Husker ladies take care of business last night and beat North Alabama. We'll see what happens with Natalie Potts.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, Husker baseball, this is real quickly, just to give people an idea. They just earned a commitment from a junior college outfielder named Mason Ashlock. He'll join the 2025 class. This comes from our friend of the station, Evan Bland of the Omaha World Herald. He wrote the article, "The 6'3", 210-pounder visited campus earlier this month and chose Nebraska over Oregon and other offers from other teams in the SEC, Big 12, and Big 10. Ashlock has consistently recorded exit velocities over 109 miles per hour as recently as September. and has regularly hit baseballs at speeds in excess of 100, which is considered elite at the college level. He graduated from Dripping Springs, Texas high school in the Austin Metro, turned down lower level Division I interest out of high school to go to junior college. Last year, he hit .320 with 12 doubles, 5 home runs, and 43 RBIs in 52 games. And how about this one? As a freshman, posted a 17-14 walk to strikeout ratio there across his final 33 games. So disciplined hitter, power hitter, plays outfield, has an above average arm, but once again, his hitting is what Dirt certainly landed him at a high Division I school like Nebraska. And elite is it's categorized as elite at the college level when you hit a ball over 100 miles per hour.
Nice.
Big pickup for the Skurs on that one, for sure. Big pickup for the Skurs. 80 Attitude Adjustment is sponsored by the Body Lab. The Body Lab, located at 14th and Yankee Hill, offers everything from physical therapy, trigger point dry needling, a cold plunge tub, and infrared sauna. Learn more about it. Schedule your appointment with Rachel and her team today online at thebodylablnk.com or visit them at 14th and Yankee Hill here in Lincoln, I should add. Folks, I love this this saying, healing is hard, staying wounded is harder. Healing is hard, staying wounded is harder. You know, with the holidays coming up, folks, and I'll talk more about this as we get closer to Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, there'll be some folks with some empty seats. I know that, not because they couldn't make it back for the holidays, but they have loved ones who have passed on. You know, the 28th, which is ironic, this Thanksgiving is also the same date my dad passed away, November 28th. So there's a lot of mixed emotions to go with that. But, you know, I'm grateful for the healing is hard, but staying wounded is even harder, because in years past, even just last year, you know, I dreaded the holidays. I didn't want to think about the holidays. And you cheat yourself because we only get so many. You know, doesn't mean you won't have grieving hearts, but celebrate the people that are still in those chairs. So healing is hard, but staying wounded is much harder, and I know that from experience. AG, what do you got for us as we wrap it up, man?
Man, I got a good one here. It says more is lost in indecision than wrong decisions.
I love it. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. AG, you as a running back, if you ran indecisively, you was in trouble.
Oh, you're gonna have problems. You might want to change positions.
That's right. Ran with conviction. Got to live with conviction as well. Folks, thanks for riding with us this morning. Tomorrow morning, it'll be AG and Nick and Rico will be in as well. Me and Raff will be back with the full crew on Friday. Thanks for riding with us this Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements.
We fix basements. We fix basements.
At F Foundation Repair, we've been fixing basements for over 30 years. We're your local foundation repair experts. Our warranties stay here. Our people work here. You can trust us to take care of your home. Go to WeFixBasements.com to learn more.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa,
that's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa.
You're my best friend.